Joining us now from Canada is Nate Leipciger. Nate is a Holocaust survivor. Shalom, Nate.
Shalom.
So we're talking to you following an award, a special certificate of gratitude that you received from one of a special organization. First of all, who granted you this prize?
Well, this organization is dedicated to improving or tikkun olam, and they are reaching the non-Jewish students, mass students, hundreds of thousands actually. They're reaching 1 million students a year through their program with teachers. What they do is they bring seminars of teachers together, and they give them material and also instructions how to discuss the subject, what subject to discuss. They give them lesson plans, and they spend a whole week with the teachers, and then the teachers go away, and now they're qualified teachers to teach the subject of Holocaust, genocide, hate, and persecution and stereotyping. And what they want to do is they want to change the student who is maybe completely neutral into, instead of being a bystander, into an upstander. An upstander is a person who does not sit by idly when he sees something wrong. And that upstander then must act. And this is what we have had very good experience with this program. This program has been on now for about 40 years, since 1976. And we have been in Toronto, been working for the last 6 years. I am on the executive advisory board on this committee, on this board, on this organization. And they, for some reason or other, wanted to honor me, which I thought, I'm not necessarily the most deserving person, but I was very happy that they chose me, and my family has worked very hard, and we had wonderful events.
So when you're there with the students, when you're seeing these activities, how do the students respond? Is it something important for them, or just merely another lesson in history?
Oh, wonderful. They are connected there. They have produced a video that the students actually produced of what effect my story has on them. And it is amazing the type of effect I have on them. And they say that I've changed their life to such an extent that they are going forward and becoming now active in the pursuit of being an upstander.
Now, in general, Nate, Canada honors the Holocaust survivors, the story of the Holocaust. We're talking these days about the Holocaust month in Canada.
Well, we have a very strong Holocaust presence. We have an association called Canadian Jewish Holocaust Survivors and Their Descendants, of which I'm a past co-president, and we're trying to reach as many survivors as we can. And then our main contact today is to make sure that in their waning years, the survivors have comfort, especially those who are incapacitated and who need physical and emotional help. And so we are trying to work with those survivors in order to facilitate that.
You know, Nate, with all what's going on in the world these days, it seems the Holocaust has a lesson that is very relevant today.
Absolutely, because the thing has changed, that instead of the Jew, the individual Jew, being the target of persecution, today Israel has become the target of persecution by not only individuals, especially, but also states. And so it is very, very important that our voices be heard, because we know what hatred leads to, and we can see it in our world today, what hatred leads to. We can see what ISIS is doing, and finally our government is participating in trying to put down the forces of ISIS, because they are threatening not only the Jews but also the world. And of course it's a big problem for Israel as well, because Hamas, they look at themselves as a separate entity, but really they are ISIS under a different name.
So back to the students, the young generation. You feel that the Facebook, iPod generation, they can connect. They do want to connect.
I do absolutely find that they are very responsive. They are attentive. When I speak to them, you can hear a pin drop, and they're writing me letters saying that I've changed their life, that they now have become a participant in fighting hatred and bigotry and discrimination.
Nate Leipciger is speaking to us from Canada. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.